So this is just temporary, but I figured out the placement, and I'm going to cut the dowels and attach with some tape, and I'll have to cut the dowels down, but I ended up, I think 8 is what I'm going to need. Okay, I lost the sound on this. This is where you're going to get, I had to have my husband cut just to get the outer portion of that wreath frame. And then the little brackets that are holding all of them together will have to be removed as well. So I had some audio issues. I thought I was recording or talking here as well, but so now I have all these cut out and I have cut my dowels. I end up measuring where I want the dowels to go, and I'm going to take some of this packaging tape because glue won't work. I do end up securing it with a little bit of hot glue, but I'm going to use packaging tape, and all I did was measured from where I wanted the dowel and for it to reach. I had the circle, the 18-inch wreath frame on my mat, and then the little circle I wanted to put in the center, so I had it centered at 9 inches both up vertically and horizontally, and found out my placement so I would know where to cut the dowels. So depending on how big you make this, you can make it smaller, and I did end up using 9 blades. And I'm sorry I'm out of frame. I'm just taking packaging tape and securing it down. I wanted to take something and cut holes where I could cut that wire frame and put them on where they would kind of tilt out. And that would be neat. You could do that, but you would have to be sure to then get the wire frame secured back, which, you know, once you cut it, it compromises it. I don't know how well it could be, you know, some type of glue would work, like E6000 or something. It would take a long time and you'd have to tape it, but that would be an option as well. But I knew I couldn't cut a bunch of little holes out of that. Okay, I don't know what happened to my audio here either. I'm used to doing voiceovers, and this one I thought I was talking, but now I'm doing partial voiceover and partial talking. So now I have all of these placed, and I ended up taking a pumpkin ornament that I had and cutting it down, and now I'm just putting a whole lot of hot glue. I have everything centered there the way that I want to, and they have been spray painted with Rustoleum gray paint. I didn't have any silver paint, but I'm putting a whole lot of hot glue down on that. Like I said, instead of the cardstock paper, I wanted to put some wood down, but I didn't think to paint it. But I'll later go back and paint it. Now I have the wood round that has been painted, and I'm just going to put a whole lot of hot glue on it and put it down. The frame has been painted. You can't hardly see it there. And all the blades, and because I should have had silver, but I didn't. I just used what I had. I had gray, and it's a matte gray. I will take, I have some distressing I'm going to do as far as different. I want to put the shiny silver color on it. I used some black, but now I am going to, I should have done this beforehand. I should have done all of the painting that I wanted to do before I put these on and then glued them down. But so if you do this, do that first. Just go ahead and distress them before you put them on there. I don't know what I was thinking. So now I'm going to take a little bit of hot glue and put it on each of the, on the frame underneath each of the blades. So I will see you in a bit after I get this done. Okay, so I dug out my trusty, it's a big old wood board that I have. I don't have a Cricut mat for ironing that you're supposed to put for my Cricut heat press, so I use this board and a towel, but I felt like I needed a little bit more stability than a little flimsy mat down here. So I'm going to start with some black. It's been a while since I painted. Some Apple Barrel black matte paint. That's probably dried up. And I'm going to dab it off here because I'm putting it on this crumpled up paper towel. And I hope there is a method to my madness. I really don't know. I never know. Because ideally I would have liked to have had like a hammered Rustoleum and again, I thought I was talking, so that's why you see my hands moving here in a little bit, but I was talking, but for some reason it wasn't recording what I was saying. So I'm just going through here and doing this to all of the blades. Okay, so the only thing I found that I had in terms of silver is this enamel glass paint. When I got it, I wondered why it had a glass on top, and then I learned the hard way. But so it's doing a little bit better than the other. Okay, I've taken a mixture of chestnut, apple barrel, chestnut, so I wasn't real crazy about it, and chocolate bar, and then I even added a little bit of the metallic carb. I tried some on the back of the chestnut, and then this metallic, it's a little too shiny for rust. Who knew? But I love that color. I've mixed them all together. I put mostly the chestnut, and then I added chocolate bar, and then I went ahead and added some of the metallic, and I think that mimics rust. If it were metal, I could actually make it rust with, you know, vinegar and peroxide and stuff, but I didn't want to use metal. Some people use tin, Dollar Tree, those like bacon sheets and stuff that have the texture, and they cut them. Those things would be sharp as all get out, and I can't do that. It's a cool look, but there's no way I could have all that sharpness in me. So I'm going to use this concoction. I'm going to go around and distress the edges. I had a little accident a while ago with, I had this hanging up here on, I've got this thing up here to the back side, and it fell, of course, because I knocked it into it with my head, and I was afraid some of my blades were going to come off, but the only thing I had to do was tack one place, because I mean, it fell. It was like, okay. So I'm going to start working on this in just a second. Hold on. I'm going to have to do a total voiceover for this thing, so you're going to see my hands moving. But I'm going to get a brush, and then I'll see. I started and didn't realize. I'm just in my own little world, and my attention span is that of a squirrel. So I'm just taking some of this, and I'm just daubing it off the brush and just trying to give it that rusty, and then I'm just going to take and drag through some of it, and I'm even going to do the little bar. I'm going to do heavier in some places, but I think my little paint mixture is going to work out better than what my initial plan was. Because, you know, those are the little dowels are supposed to be steel as well. But okay, so here it is finished, and I'm going to let it dry. I'm going to paint that other part in I think elephant gray, and okay, I'm sorry about that. I got a phone call, and what I was saying was I ended up painting the little wooden piece, the pumpkin that I had cut down, I ended up painting it with mineral gray. No, wait, elephant gray. And let it dry, and now I will have the pictures and the little video that I took of the completed project hanging up. So I'm sorry for all of the mishaps with my editing and not talking when I thought I was talking when I... Anyway, so I hope you all like this, and if you're new here, I want to welcome you. If you are a returning subscriber, I really appreciate you all, and my next video will be fall crafts. This heat is making me want to make fall items. So you all have a good day and a good rest of your weekend, and I will see you in the next video.